¿Qué onda? And welcome back to the channel. My name is David. Today we're back in downtown LA. It's super overcast, cold, and moody. I love it. Rocking the X-Pro2 with the Fuji 90mm. I feel like I haven't been using this lens, and I feel like I always say that in every video. Also, today, I have friends with me. Yay! I have friends. No, seriously, I do. Manny and Neto are both with me. Later on, Peter's going to join the video. Our schedule's kind of just all magically lined up this Saturday. It's just we've all been super busy. And when I mean Saturday, I recorded this past weekend. I just haven't had time to actually edit it and post it because I've just been swamped with client work. I had like 7 videos to edit for a client. So yay, I'm working and paying the bills, but boo, because it's like kind of like detracting my attention from the YouTube channel, which I want to be consistent and constantly upload. And I feel like it's a great way for us to talk and communicate with one another. And yeah, like our schedules just lined up perfectly. So Neto's rocking the 16mm with the X-Pro2 and the GoPro Hero 9. And Manny's got the GoPro Hero 9. He just actually recently picked it up. He wanted to shoot a POV video and kind of just figure out like what his style is going to be for these videos going forward. And he's using the X100F. But as you can see, it's kind of quiet. I love shooting early morning just because, especially in downtown LA when it's overcast, it kind of looks a little... kind of like a ghost town. Obviously, with what everything's going on right now, a lot of businesses are still closed, so it looks very deserted and kind of post-apocalyptic, I guess, in a way. But yeah, I mean, this looks freaking cool. And for this shot right here, doing a little bit of a gear prawn. Yes, I said prawn because I don't know if YouTube likes the other P word, but you know, just fantastic photo of the X-Pro2 and the GoPro. I just love the textures I got out of that shot. And it's funny because I never really thought that posting photos of gear on Instagram was what was going to make my Instagram explode. But sure enough, here we are, like a little over, I think almost 2 years now. And the Instagram's just growing, all because I was posting photos of cameras, which is, I don't know, just trends kind of boggle my mind sometimes. Because, you know, it's like I work hard as a photographer to learn all this stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, here's a random photo of a camera. It's like, oh my god, everyone wants to like this photo because it's gear. I guess people are super obsessed with gear nowadays. I guess it's a good thing because it keeps companies competitive, and like they're all trying to outdo each other. And it's also a bad thing because then you have people that are photographers and videographers obsessing over the specs of a camera and not really utilizing the stuff that they have. For example, I have the Canon R6, and a lot of people say, well, why'd you get that over the R5? It has more megapixels and it can shoot 8K. I'm like, I don't need that shit. I don't need 8K. I don't need 45 megapixels. 20 is plenty. 4K is plenty. I don't even shoot 4K most of the time. I do 1080 almost for everything. And, you know, so getting obsessed with the specs of a camera doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good camera. Like, you might buy the R5 thinking you need 8K, but in reality, are you really going to use it? It's the same thing with the Sony A1. Like, you know, it's a fantastic camera for the people that need it, but if you buy it, are you really going to need it? Like, fully utilize it? That's kind of like a question you should always ask yourself when buying gear. I also don't know where this rant came from, but here we go. You know, it's just one of those things that I really just think like people just need to just buy the gear that they want. Like, I bought the X-Pro2 over the X-Pro3. Yeah, the 3's newer. I just don't like some of the design changes they made with it, and I feel like the X-Pro2 is still a very viable camera in 2021. So that's why I picked it up. That's why, like, Manny, for example, bought the X100F because it's so inexpensive now compared to the V. And you know, it's just really, it's like, focus on crafting the content and getting better at making that content, whether it be photography or videography, and then as you go along, like, upgrade your gear. Like, because gear doesn't necessarily matter, but it kind of does in some regards. It's kind of a weird gray area. Probably not the best thing people want to hear is like, oh, gear doesn't matter, but it kind of does, because they're gonna be like, oh, you're a hypocrite. And it's like, no, it's just, it does but that just shouldn't be your like primary focus. It's like if you're obsessing over that, you're in the industry for the wrong reasons. Oh snap! There he is, Pedro Makinen. What's up, folks?
How you doing?
Good, man. Good to see you. I forgot he's taller than me.
How are you, Peter?
Great,
What are you gonna shoot today?
Oh, we're gonna shoot some street, get some great photos.
What'd you pack, man?
Yeah, what camera?
Fuji?
I have the Fuji X100V.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, but he's also got the 50 in here.
Oh yeah, I got the Canon R6.
I was gonna bring mine too, but.
Oh yeah, this is the first time I met Peter.
Yeah, this is the first time the three of you meet.
Yeah.
We have a group chat where we always talk about photography and stuff like that. But today is actually the first day.
Yeah, and earlier Jaden called me.
Hello to all the D-Lo visuals fans. Neto killing it over there, Manny killing it. I'll catch you guys later.
Later, man. Fucking Jaden. All right, as you can see, Peter is now part of the group. We have a full 4-man squad. All of us rocking Fujis. And yeah, man, this like I said, this is just fun to go with your friends to take photos. Obviously, you know, we could be super careful, wear masks and all that, and still go out and take pictures. Getting tested also helps. But it's just a nice thing to be able to go out and shoot photos with your friends, because I really miss these guys. I feel like this past year, it's made the pandemic a little bit more bearable, having these guys as kind of like a lifeline to socialize with, to create with, and to go out and shoot shit with, because I feel like I wouldn't be at where I'm at right now mentally and at the point in my career if it weren't for these guys, because we all kind of teach stuff to one another. So I've kind of like shown the group like the basics of product photography. I've introduced them to like EDC and like my obsession with coffee. You know, Manny and Neto have shown us some tips and tricks for like lighting and boudoir, because that's what Manny likes to shoot. Neto's more of a portrait shooter, and Adrian's just out there hustling in Texas. So like he's definitely taught us like marketing. And Jaden's kind of like still figuring things out, which is fine, because you know I love to share my knowledge with others. Peter's kind of in that same space too, I think, where he has an idea of what he wants to shoot, but he's not 100% sure. But I'm glad that we have each other, because we're always helping one another, and I think that's the important thing at the end of the day, is to have your squad grow with one another, push each other to get to that next level, and enjoy each other's company, because it's like this is what I've always wanted, is just a group of friends that I could go out and shoot with, because I have plenty of other creative friends, but they're more into like graphic design and like writing, so trying to get them to come out and like play with cameras is always a challenge, or they probably don't own a camera. So having my squad to roll with is just, man, like this was a fun day, and I get to talk about it with you guys. But yeah, I mean, it's we're making our way to the jewelry district. Yeah, it's jewelry district because it says jewelry on the right on that yellow building. And you know, it's starting to get a little busier. I forgot what the time was here, but you know, just kind of looking for shots, kind of calling out stuff to one another, because we all kind of like call out shots for one another. If we see something, we'll shoot it. Or if they know I have a longer lens, or one of us has a longer lens, we'll say, hey, you know, your lens should be able to get this shot really framed up. Like this shot right here, I saw the lady kind of like waiting for the bus, and because I have an obsession with watches, I got her checking her time on her wristwatch, and I just really liked the outfit that she had. Like it was really like put together. Maybe she's the Scarlet Witch, I don't know. Also, whoever watched WandaVision, damn, that was a good show. For this shot right here, it's just a shot of the homies, like los tres amigos, you know, just kind of like walking, doing their thing. And I started falling behind here because I kept trying to get a good shot of the three of them. Because again, this is the first time like all of us have gone out to shoot. I mean, we're still missing Jaden and Adrian, obviously, because they don't live in LA, they live elsewhere. But this is the first time that we've all hung out as a group, and also this is like Peter's first time meeting Neto and Manny, even though they've been talking on Instagram in like the little chat group that we have for I think almost a half a year, like 6 months, 7 months, something like that. But yeah, they kind of didn't realize that I was stuck on the other side of the street. So while I waited for the light, I snapped this shot, and I really like the colors and the movement, and just busy downtown. I love it. And I finally reconnected with the group. I was like, guys, don't leave me. I walk slow. But this actually is gonna be a fun interaction, because Neto like shoots a picture of these dudes because he loves to get close to his subject, hence why he shoots with a 16mm, which is like I think a 24mm equivalent. And so the guys asked to see the picture, and like they actually swapped contact info so Neto could send it to them. And I just love this shot. It's just like the guys being like, whoa, that looks so good. Because like go check out his Instagram. I'll link it down below. But he takes some really good like street photos, mostly I think black and white. Yeah, and it's just it's cool to see how everyone shoots. Like Neto likes to get real close to people. I like to kind of get a little further back because I like to, you know, I mean, this is a perfect example of like how I love to shoot, kind of like frame up as much of the subject against a particular like wall or like some sort of leading line to kind of lead you into the subject. Hence why I like using the 90mm. And then like Manny and Peter love to shoot with the 35mm equivalent lens on the X100 series cameras, just because it's a classic street photography setup. And got the shot of Peter taking photos. He was also rocking the R6. He didn't pull it out during the video, but like he had it in the bag, and he was rocking the 51.2. Almost everybody in our group, I think, except Neto, has a 50mm 1.2, either the RF or the EF. So we kind of just call ourselves the 50mm squad, just because, you know, it's a fantastic lens. And I kind of wish I had a wider lens here because, you know, we just saw this random coffee shop holding a little like skateboard thing going on, and I got this shot. I really like the way I framed it and the colors and everything. But the 90mm was a little too tight for stuff like this. And I mean, granted, the minimum focusing distance on it is, I think, less than 2 feet, which is great, but it was still a little too tight. Also, this is like peak hipster technology right here. Look at that medium format film camera, man. Oof. I'm pretty sure he got some really good shots, and I've never used a medium format camera, so one day. I like this photo I got of the gentleman, but he almost ate shit. Kind of bad. I cut it out because, you know, I was showcasing the photo, but yeah, you know, it was cool to see that little skateboard stuff. Now we're at the farmer's market. This gentleman's always here, and I should always, like, I always forget to ask him, like, do you have an Instagram or something? But I always forget to ask him. I don't know why. But he plays piano very beautifully, and I just love this shot of the packed farmers market. It makes me happy seeing people coming out and like supporting the local farmers and vendors during these trying times. But I also like coming here because, especially with the 90mm, I love to shoot through stuff. And, you know, I get some cool photos like this one right here. I just love the way the lighting was hitting the person. And just the color of I think that was I'm not sure if it was like a red orange or a red scarf, but the nice splash of color looked really cool. And just kind of making our way, looking for more photos. They put up this canopy. I don't know why, because I remember I was here like months ago and it was like lowered like this portion right here. I don't know if it was just because people kept coming down with cameras and take pictures from outside the venue, but I mean, you know, it's all cool because it's street photography. I love how this lady's hair matches her outfit, and then just the fruit kind of matches her outfit as well. I've never dyed my hair, but if I did, I would probably go with like kind of like a red, like not like absurd, like obnoxious, like blood red, but like kind of like a dark red, or like maybe black, even though my hair is like a dark brown and kind of looks black already. And then probably just build an outfit around my hair because that's cool. But yeah, like my hair is still very pure because it's never ever been dyed, and it's super coarse, and I sometimes don't like it, but you know, it's all good. And then for this shot right here, this is probably like one of my favorite spots to shoot, just because of the amount of reflections you get from the windows. And I just see this gentleman waiting for the bus, and I just love the colors I got out of it, the reflections, the people walking in the background. It's just really, really cool. And then the kind of like the little bit of leading lines that you see with the I guess the tabletop or whatever that is. But with that said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope I didn't ramble too much, because today's video was a little bit longer, just because, you know, it was fun to hang out with everybody. And you know, like, comment, subscribe if you aren't already. If you've liked this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you dislike it, double tap the thumbs down button twice. It totally works, trust me. And I will see you guys in the next video. And remember, be badass. See you guys. Peace.